Welcome to our analysis of Kiora Pharmaceuticals, trading under the ticker KNRX on the AMEX. Today we'll take a close look at the stock's early trading activity, examine the limited data available, and discuss what it might mean for investors. With only 2 trading days on record, it's a unique challenge to draw conclusions, but we'll break down the numbers, technical indicators, and possible scenarios to help you understand the current landscape. Let's begin by setting the stage with a general overview of KNRX's initial market performance. KNRX has only 2 days of trading data, September 29th and 30th, 2025. On its first day, the stock opened at 3.2 and closed at 3.01 on the second day, marking a decline of about 5.9%. While this downward movement suggests a bearish start, the extremely limited data makes it difficult to establish a reliable trend. Early trading often sees volatility as the market finds its footing, so it's important to interpret these numbers with caution. Next, let's take a closer look at the price and trading volume during these 2 days. On September 29th, KNRX saw a trading volume of 925,184 shares, which dropped sharply to 146,538 on September 30th. The price fluctuated between a low of 2.74 and a high of 4 on the first day. This high initial volume suggests strong early interest, but the quick drop in both price and volume on the second day indicates that enthusiasm may have faded. Such patterns are typical for newly listed or thinly traded stocks where early excitement can quickly give way to caution. Let's move on to technical indicators and what they reveal. With only 2 days of trading, most moving averages like the EMA and SMA aren't available for KNRX. However, the volume-weighted average price (VWAP) is calculated at 3.2728, which is above the current closing price of 3.01. This suggests bearish pressure as the average price paid by buyers is higher than where the stock is currently trading. Investors who bought in early are now at a loss, which can sometimes lead to further selling. Let's see how other technical indicators compare. Most technical indicators, such as the Relative Strength Index, RSI or MACD, can't be calculated with just 2 data points. However, the parabolic SAR-PSAR is at 2.74, which is below the current price. This typically signals bullish pressure, suggesting that the stock could be poised for a rebound. The conflicting signals from VWAP and PSAR highlight the uncertainty in KNRX's short-term direction. Let's explore what linear regression tells us about the trend. Linear regression analysis on KNRX's 2 trading days shows a negative slope of -0.19, indicating a downward trend. The R-squared value is 1, meaning the model perfectly fits the data and expected result with only 2 points. The current price matches the regression prediction exactly, but this perfect fit doesn't provide meaningful insight due to the lack of data. Linear regression is more useful with a longer price history, so its value here is limited. Next, let's discuss the implications for the next trading day. Given the limited data, the best estimate for KNRX's next opening price is around the most recent closing price of 3.01. If the slight downward trend continues and pre-market sentiment is negative, the stock could open a bit lower, possibly in the 2.95 to 3 range. However, with so little trading history, any prediction is highly speculative. It's important for traders to watch pre-market activity and news for more clues. Now let's look at potential support and resistance levels. With only 2 days of price action, it's difficult to establish reliable support and resistance levels for KNRX. The recent high of 4 could act as resistance, while the low of 2.74 might serve as support. These levels are based solely on the limited data and may not hold if trading volume or sentiment shifts. As more data becomes available, these levels will become clearer and more meaningful. Let's consider what the absence of volatility indicators means for traders. Average True Range (ATR) is a popular indicator for measuring volatility, but with only 2 days of data, ATR 14 can't be calculated for KNRX. Without this metric, it's challenging to estimate the potential intraday price range for the next session. Traders should be cautious, as low data availability can lead to unpredictable price swings. As more trading days accumulate, volatility measures like ATR will become more useful. Now, let's explore possible scenarios for KNRX's near-term movement. A bullish scenario, KNRX would need to break above its recent high of 4. This could happen if there's renewed buying interest, possibly sparked by positive company news or broader market optimism. If the stock can sustain momentum above this level, it might attract more traders looking for a breakout. However, with limited data, such moves can be short-lived unless supported by strong fundamentals or news. Let's contrast this with the bearish scenario. The flip side, a bearish scenario would see KNRX breaking below its recent low of 2.74. This could be triggered by negative sentiment, disappointing news, or a lack of buyer support. If the stock falls below this level, it may continue to decline as sellers dominate. Thinly traded stocks can experience sharp moves in either direction, so risk management is crucial. Next, let's consider a neutral scenario where the stock consolidates. Neutral scenario would see KNRX consolidating around its current price levels, with low volatility and little movement. This could happen if the market is waiting for more information or if trading interest remains subdued. In such cases, the stock may trade in a narrow range until new data or news provides direction. For traders, that means patience is key, as opportunities may be limited in a sideways market. Let's review the challenges of analyzing stocks with limited data. Analyzing a stock with only 2 trading days presents significant challenges. Most technical indicators require more data to be meaningful, and price patterns are unreliable with so few points. Early trading can be volatile and doesn't always reflect the stock's long-term potential. Investors should be cautious and avoid making major decisions based on such limited information. As more trading history develops, analysis will become more robust. Let's summarize the key takeaways from KNRX's early trading. KNRX's early trading shows a slight downward trend, with high initial volume followed by sharp drop. Conflicting signals from VWAP and PSAR highlight the uncertainty in the short term. Support and resistance levels are tentative, and volatility measures are unavailable. The best approach for traders is to wait for more data before making significant moves. Let's look at what to watch for in the coming days. The coming days, keep an eye on trading volume and price action for KNRX. Watch for any news releases or updates from the company that could influence sentiment. As more data becomes available, technical indicators will become more reliable, and support and resistance levels will be easier to identify. Monitoring pre-market activity can also provide clues about the day's direction. Let's briefly discuss risk management for new stocks like KNRX. Trading stocks with limited data, like KNRX, requires extra caution. Consider using stop-loss orders to manage downside risk, and avoid overcommitting capital until a clearer trend emerges. Diversifying your portfolio can help reduce the impact of any single stock volatility. Remember, patience is often rewarded in the market, especially when information is scarce. Next, let's touch on the importance of technical and fundamental analysis working together. While technical analysis can provide short-term signals, it's important to consider fundamental factors as well. For KNRX, company news, financial reports, and industry developments could have a significant impact on price. Combining both approaches helps create a more complete picture and can guide better decision-making. As KNRX's trading history grows, both technical and fundamental analysis will become more effective. Let's look at how to stay informed. Stay ahead, regularly check for updates from Kiora Pharmaceuticals and monitor broader market trends. Use trusted financial news sources and consider setting alerts for significant price movements. As more data becomes available, revisit your analysis and adjust your strategy accordingly. Staying informed is key to navigating uncertain markets, especially with new or thinly traded stocks. Let's recap the main points from today's analysis. Summary: KNRX's early trading is marked by high volatility, limited data, and conflicting technical signals. The stock has shown a slight downward trend, but with only 2 days of data, it's too soon to draw firm conclusions. Support and resistance levels are tentative, and volatility measures are unavailable. The best strategy is to remain patient, monitor developments, and wait for more data before making significant trading decisions. Let's look at the broader lesson for investors. KNRX case highlights the importance of patience and caution when dealing with newly listed or thinly traded stocks. Relying on limited data can lead to misleading conclusions, so it's best to wait for a clearer picture to emerge. Combining technical and fundamental analysis, staying informed, and practicing sound risk management are essential strategies for navigating uncertain markets. As KNRX's trading history grows, more reliable insights will become available. Thank you for joining this analysis of KNRX's early trading activity. While the data is limited, we've explored the available numbers, technical signals, and possible scenarios. Remember, patience and careful observation are key when trading new stocks. Stay tuned for more updates as KNRX's story unfolds and more data becomes available. Until next time, trade wisely and keep learning.